This was the Ford Motor Company's Q1 call, broadcasted live for the world to see what they've been up to. This live stream got a lot of people talking about the future of Ford, but more importantly, it got us excited about the possibility of a 7-seater electric SUV. In this video, we're taking you through its Q1 2023 meeting, plus the incredible announcements made by Ford CEO Jim Farley. Oh, and he's given us some great insights about the Mustang Mach-E, so be sure to stay till the end to find out what it is. Let's get started. While Ford isn't new to live streaming their quarterly earnings, it was a first for them to break down its earnings by business unit, and boy was it a mixed bag. On the surface, things looked pretty great. The company raked in a whopping $41.5 billion in revenue, surpassing Wall Street's expectations by around $5.5 billion. And with a net income of $1.8 billion on a GAAP basis, things were definitely looking up for the legacy automaker. But here's where things get interesting. Despite Ford's push to electrify its fleet, the beat was largely given by gas-powered and hybrid vehicle sales. That's right, folks. The EV part of Ford's business is still struggling to make an impact. In fact, the company's EV unit brought in a measly $700 million in revenue, a 27% decline from last year. Oof. And while Ford describes the EV business as a startup, it's clear that it's still a long way from turning a profit. So what do we think is the problem? Well, for starters, production interruptions of two of Ford's most popular EVs, the F-150 Lightning pickup and the Mustang Mach-E SUV, definitely didn't help matters. But perhaps the biggest issue is the fact that Ford's EV unit is simply not living up to the standards set by its gas-powered and hybrid counterparts. Sure, Ford expects to see a slight increase in revenue for its Ford Blue unit, which includes gas and hybrid vehicles, and a double in earnings for its Pro unit, which includes commercial products and services in 2023. But the Model E unit, which includes all of Ford's electric vehicles, is projected to take a full year loss of about $3 billion. Yikes. Of course, it's not all bad news. Ford's adjusted earnings for Q1 2023 were up a whopping 45% from the previous year, and the company expects to have an adjusted free cash flow of about $6 billion this year. Plus, with nearly $29 billion in cash on hand, Ford is definitely not hurting for money. But when it comes to the EV part of the business, it's clear that Ford still has a long way to go. With production issues and lackluster sales, it remains to be seen whether the legacy automaker can truly compete in the electric vehicle market. Now, this got a lot of people talking. We were thinking that Ford is finally getting serious about taking on Tesla in the electric vehicle market. But with these numbers, it's not happening anytime soon. But amidst this EV storm, Ford CEO Jim Farley dropped the bombshell announcement to a group of eager analysts. With Tesla dominating the US and global EV markets, Farley knows that Ford needs to differentiate itself from its competition. He believes that there are already too many two-row options on the market and not enough EVs with 3 rows. According to Farley, there are only 18 fully electric 5-seater EVs available in New Zealand at present, and he predicts that there will be around 45 5-seater electric SUVs on the market by 2025. And that's a lot of competition, and Ford wants to stand out from the crowd. So after not being content with just the Mustang Mach-E and F-150 Lightning, the Blue Oval is gearing up to release a fully electric 7-seater SUV. In contrast to two-row crossovers that we believe will be a very saturated market, we believe Model E can be highly differentiated in markets where we know the customer well, like the 3-row utility space. And as I said, we'll share more about our Capital Markets event later this month on product strategy. That's right, an uber-spacious 7-seater all-electric SUV is what we can expect from Ford in the upcoming months. Isn't that exciting? Like, it's the perfect vehicle for families, friends, and anyone who wants to travel in style and comfort. With this new addition to their EV lineup, Ford is sure to turn heads and make a statement. But it's not just about keeping up with the Jonases. Ford is making smart decisions when it comes to building a future of successful EVs. In the past, most EVs were small, polarizing, and impractical, but now, with compelling options like the Mustang Mach-E and the F-150 Lightning hitting the market, Ford is proving that EVs can be both practical and exciting. When it comes to electric vehicles, Ford isn't one to back down from a challenge. Farley's announcement is a clear signal that Ford has taken the challenge seriously and is willing to do what it takes to differentiate itself from the competition. They claim that the two-row electric SUV space is set to become oversaturated, which means everyone will be focusing on the three-row utility space. And it seems like the move is paying off. Tesla CEO Elon Musk has even complimented Ford on its EV strategy. In one of the two tweets about Ford's Q1 earnings, Elon Musk retweeted and said, "Always tough with margins for new vehicle lines, especially when there are major technology shifts. I think Ford's overall strategy with EVs is smart. The electric F-150 Lightning has a high demand." Overseas reports suggest that the Blue Oval is, in fact, working on an electric version of the large three-row Explorer and the related Lincoln Aviator. The best part? It'll be sold alongside the combustion-powered models, giving customers even more choice. So you can imagine someone cruising down the highway in a brand new Ford Explorer, feeling powerful and in control. Suddenly, they'll notice a sleek three-row electric version of the same SUV zoom past like a bolt of lightning. That's when the world will realize that Ford has been working hard to build an all-electric Explorer. And yes, this electric vehicle would be separate from the recently revealed European market Explorer, a two-row electric crossover that's shorter than an Escape Kuga and rides on Volkswagen's MEB platform. But that's not all. Ford may also be considering an electric version of its full-sized Expedition SUV, which is based on the F-150 pickup and is now available in electric Lightning guise. And that's not the only exciting news from Ford. According to CEO Jim Farley, the automaker is continuing to improve its Mustang Mach-E and has reduced material costs by a whopping $5,000 per vehicle since its launch. The Mach-E is already sold across a myriad of global markets like China, Europe, and North America. And with these cost savings, it's only going to get more accessible to customers worldwide. Farley also knows that there are still segments that need to be populated with EVs, and that automakers who do so sooner rather than later will reap the benefits. He also believes that by offering a three-row electric SUV, Ford can lure in new customers who may not have previously owned a truck. As you can tell, Ford is on a roll with their electric vehicle game. It feels like yesterday that they announced the release of their first ever electric vehicle exclusively for the European market, and boy were we excited. And now, they're on the verge of building a 7-seater electric SUV. It's all part of Ford's master plan to take over the EV world using their most iconic brands, such as the Mustang Mach-E and the F-150 Lightning. And we have to say, they're doing a darn good job at it. Also, they've got promises to keep, as part of their plan to go fully electric by 2030. They've teamed up with Volkswagen to produce a whopping 1.2 million EVs over 6 years, starting in 2023. That's double their previous production plans. And get this, they've planned to have 600,000 of those EVs rolling off the production line in Europe by 2026. And who knows, maybe soon we'll be cruising down the streets in a fully electric F-150 Expedition or even a Lincoln Aviator. The possibilities are endless with Ford. So it's clear that Ford is committed to making a name for itself in the EV space. With its upcoming Mustang Mach-E and the highly anticipated F-150 Lightning already generating buzz, the addition of a fully electric 7-seater SUV to its lineup is sure to turn heads and solidify Ford's position as a serious player in the world of EVs. But at the same time, Ford can't ignore the numbers the EV part of the business is producing. So the question comes to mind about how Ford can position their EVs to drive sales rather than losses. Also, are you planning to be one of the first in the race to pre-order the upcoming 7-seater all-electric SUV? Be sure to let us know in the comments section below. And thanks for watching.